The thing us disabled people don't tell you is that we fake disability. We fake disability all the time. It's how we survive. We mostly fake our own disability, exaggerating elements of it to keep people from pushing us to do things that it's not safe for us to do. Or if someone we don't know particularly well knows we have a disability, we'll play into the stereotypes of that disability to make sure they don't think we're faking. I can't even help it. I play up this idea that I'm cognitively disabled. If I'm out with one of my service dogs, people look at me and they can say, oh, that person's disabled, and maybe they want to know more. A lot of the times when I'm on the bus, for example, people will talk about me in front of me to their friend or whoever, like not addressing me, but just sitting right across from me talking about me, which, is really rude. And if you do that to anyone else, it's really rude. But somehow the fact that they know I'm disabled means that while they're doing it, they don't realize it's rude. And so if that happens and someone ever turns to me and goes, yo, what's the dog for? I just go, faking disability. I mean, it's true. But you probably don't know what that means. It means I'm not deaf, But to them, they see me signing and they think, oh, that person's deaf. That's what the dog's for. And then it also sort of saves them embarrassment because, then they sort of realize, oh, I've just been talking about this person in front of their face for the past 10 minutes or whatever. And it's just, it's just life. And a lot of people just assume I'm blind. I went to a conference once where once you got in, it was really difficult to get out. But I needed to go outside to avoid having a panic attack. And when they let me back in, the police had to search me again. And so I put all my wallet, my cell phone, everything I was holding on this table. And just sort of the way I act when I'm overwhelmed isn't, I'm not really focusing on anything in general. If I want to look, I don't move my eyes, I move my whole body. And then I have my service dog with me, so after they finish patting me down and going through my dog's vest, I turned back to the table and I even did, I didn't reach directly down to pick something up. I did this sort of motion to pick up my wallet, and then the security guard said, your cell phone's still on the table, and then you're 5 feet from the door, the stairs are to your left. And I was already walking away by the time I realized, oh, he thought I was blind. If I don't have to battle that assumption of, oh, everyone around me thinks I'm blind. If I do something that destroys that image, I look at something, etc., I give away the fact that I'm sighted. There's this element of well, what's wrong with you? And that makes people less likely to step in when I need them to. And it's difficult. It's difficult when strangers assume anything about my disability in the first place, but there's nothing I can do about that. And if they're going to assume I have a specific disability, I make life so much more difficult for myself if I stop and explain to every stranger, no, I'm not blind. No, I'm not deaf. No, I don't have a mobility impairment. Whatever they assume my service dog is for. Having to combat that just makes my life so much more difficult than it needs to be. And it's not something that we really tell able people about, because able people hear faking disability and they think, oh, a not disabled person is pretending to be disabled. And that's just not how it works. It's disabled people pretending to fit your definition of disabled. That's what faking disability really is. That's how it really happens. And the whole reason we have to do that is because able people assume they're fakers in the first place. You know, because if someone assumes I have a dog because I'm blind, a service dog, and then I say that I'm not, well, their first thought, oh, are you faking being blind? Some people even outright ask me that, are you faking being blind? And it's like, no, I'm not. And I'm not going to tell you what my personal medical history is just because you're a nosy bastard. And it's weird to talk about because it's the stuff you make in these split-second decisions that don't matter at all. You know, it doesn't matter if the person across the bus from me thinks I'm blind or deaf or have PTSD or I'm, you know, an ex-soldier or anything like that. What these complete strangers who I'm never going to meet again think about me doesn't matter. But at the same time, it really does, because they can, you know, because I get harassed. They harass me. And there are just things that we understand that you're not going to be able to understand. And there are things about why we have to fake being disabled that I can't explain to you. I just can't. Yeah, this is an affectation, but it's an affectation I'd have to concentrate to stop. I need to do this, and this is how I'm going to survive. This is how I'm going to get through the next 15 minutes, half hour, and live my life and do the things I need to do.